Are you a real estate investor who's been thinking about getting your real estate license? I mean, it's an interesting concept. Today, I'm going to tell you why you should get your real estate license as a real estate investor. And in general, it's pretty simple. I've been investing for over 30 years, but I've only been licensed for close to 8 years. And it was the smartest decision I ever made. And I'll explain why. But there are some reasons why you should not. Generally, I'm going to tell you why you should, and then I'll explain which ones of you should probably not waste the money and upkeep on it, because it's not just a one-time fee. You have monthly fees that come with being an agent. You have to hang your license at a brokerage. So there is a lot that goes into it. Let's start with the basics. Number one is education. I know you think you know a lot, but there's a lot that is learned in the real estate class that is completely irrelevant to 99% of the real estate agents. Most real estate agents get their license and just work residential real estate, never really need to dig into the background. A lot of that stuff is left for the homeowners, but you're going to learn everything about the actual asset of real estate. Land, buildings, all the things that you need to know. They'll help you much more as an investor long-term, knowing all those things. I mean, are you going to need to talk about riparian rights, which is water rights in a regular real estate deal? Probably not, but might it come up if you're looking for potential farmland or other properties that are in the woods, or you're looking to develop an Airbnb colony? That answer is yes. You're going to learn a ton of things in real estate class that maybe are going to be irrelevant long-term, but I think they serve a lot better purposes for investors. So even if you just take the class and you don't get your license, that education is definitely going to help you as an agent. Number two is access, and I'm talking about two different kinds of access. First, you're going to get MLS access. If you activate your license with a brokerage, you're going to get access to your local MLS and or any MLS in your state that you're licensed that you want to be a member of. And what that gives you is the ability to see properties before anybody else. So even if you're just using your MLS access for an investor, you're going to be able to see what comes on every morning. You're going to see dedicated comps, which goes to your ARV later. The reason why ARVs are so bad for wholesalers is because they don't have MLS access, and public access to sold comps is not reliable. So you're going to get MLS access, which gives you comps, ARV, access to listings that right away you can see as many listings as you want that are vacant. If you're an investor, like, I feel pretty comfortable saying investors will have no problem if they're buying for themselves, just swooping in to see all the vacant properties in a day. It's a great way if you're a new investor and a new agent to see new properties. I wouldn't be requesting showings on occupied properties or ones that are really for market sale, but nobody's going to really care if you're looking at investor properties that you might potentially buy on your own. The second part of access is that it's the properties. So it's access to the MLS and access to properties, because then you don't need to wait for an agent to schedule some time to show you some properties on a Saturday. You can schedule them yourself. Perks. Number three is helping friends and family. The one thing that I hear the most when someone says, well, I'm going to get my license, but like, I don't really want to do, the agent business, as if it's bad. The agent business is great if you run it like a business. It's not great if you don't care about it. But what about your friends and family who live close by to you, or who you could refer other agents to and get a percentage? What about your friends and family? Do you want them working with crappy agents that they've known for 30 years, or your third cousin who has their license but doesn't do any work? Or would you rather help them and get a commission for assisting them and giving the best advice? So I don't know, that seems like a win-win. I'm going to explain in the end why it's not always a win-win to use your license for yourself, but for friends and family, can't you give them better service than some random Joe Schmo realtor, which there's plenty of them? Maybe they have a good agent, good for them. Maybe they're better than you because you don't know, then let them use them. But if you get good at it as a job or just as a side educational aspect for your real estate investing portal, what about if other investors wanted to use you? Not all of the investors are licensed. You're probably not if you're watching this. What about you getting your license and then you have 5 investor friends who all want to do what you're doing as an investor? Why wouldn't you help them? The commission is income coming in. Seems like a no-brainer to me. Those are my top 3 reasons why. I'm going to tell you the one reason why everybody says it's great, and I will disagree. Everybody says you can save on the commissions because you don't have to pay them to another realtor. You can just pay them to yourself. Why is this not really the best idea? One, if you're inexperienced, you shouldn't really be listing your new flipped property because you don't know any of the agents. You don't know how to deal with the process, and you're not going to be the best at marketing the property to the right people to get it sold. You want the best agent. If you can become the best agent, you can list your own properties, but I don't recommend it for most new agents. You're going to be overmatched. The agents aren't going to trust you, and you're not going to have any rapport to put in there. Whereas if you had a local market expert, they know all the agents, they can do all the dances, they know exactly what to do. So just having your license doesn't make it a green light to save on the commission. On the buyer's end, I love it if you know what you're doing. Again, you're still going to have to write the contract and everything if you're not on a real estate team where they're going to write the contracts for you. And I did write a video about why it's important to work with or for a real estate team. I'll drop that up top here for you. It's actually going to be on the other side. But in general, you can save on a commission as a buyer, but like, what if you don't really know the process? And then you're only relying on, in an attorney state, an attorney who's not going to see the property. You may still want an agent and not want to save the commission or take a referral back. Any personal deals that I do in other states, I always take a referral fee back because that's what I gain by having my license in this state. So that's it. These are the reasons why you should get your real estate license as a real estate investor. The only time that you should not is if you're not really going to use the MLS, you're not really going to look at properties, and you're not really going to help anybody. If not, then don't waste the time to get the license. But if so, I just gave you 3 super benefits: education, access, helping friends and family. Think about it. If you're interested in joining the brokerage that I work for, which is eXp Realty, I also have a separate video. If you look it up in our YouTube, it's called Streamline Properties on Market, brokered by eXp and eXp Realty Explained, or my team, which is Streamline Properties on Market. We definitely have pretty much regular investors on our team who are licensed, and we help them figure out where they're going to do business over time. So that's it. Think about it. If real estate licensing is in the cards for you, we're already in 5 states. You can contact our team success manager at info@streamlined.properties. Have a great day.